I'd call the meeting to order. Moved by Councillor Kotick, seconded by Councillor Keo. Resolved that the regular meeting commence at the hour of 7 p.m. And be it further resolved that council acknowledges that we are meeting in the Robinson Superior Treaty area on lands that have been traditionally used by several Indigenous nations, but we would like to pay special recognition to our closest Indigenous neighbors, the community of Biktigan Nishnabek and Mizamgamek Nishnabek First Nations. I will get that soon. We wish to recognize the long history of First Nations and Métis people in our region specifically and show respect for them today. All in favor? Carry. Additions or deletions to the agenda?
There, excuse me, there is one addition to agenda item number 12-7, Administration Report ADM 2024-13, submitted by Florence McLean, CAO, regarding Manitowocq Public Library Satellite Office.
Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none. Approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Kotick. Resolved that the agenda be approved as amended. All in favor? Carried. Okay, delegations or presentations? None. Adoption of the minutes. Moved by Councillor Keo, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting held March 20th, 2024 are adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Petitions, correspondence.
Oh, sorry, through the chair, there's one other.
Oh, sorry. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Kotick. Resolved that the minutes of the special council meeting held April 4th, 2024 are adopted as circulated. All in favor? Here. Okay, now correspondence. Moved by Councillor Kotick, seconded by Councillor Keo. Resolved that correspondence item 08-01 be received and filed. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Reports on committees. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Rupp. Resolved that the minutes of the meeting of the Thunder Bay District Social Services Administration Board held February 24th, 2024 be accepted as received. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Keo, seconded by Councillor Kotick. Resolved that the minutes of the meeting of the Manitowocq Public Library Board held November 6th, 2023 and January 24th, 2024 be accepted as received. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Okay, well, spring is in the air. So I just want to remind everybody to watch for kids on bikes, people walking. It's a great time to see wildlife, but on the flip side, watch out for wildlife. I hear the moose are out wandering all over the highway. And it is pothole season, so let's be patient. Public Works has to wait until things dry up a little before they can start repairing them. Later this month, Public Works Supervisor Richard Musklake and myself will be heading to Toronto for the Good Rose Conference. And right after that, it will be the NOMA Conference in Thunder Bay, which all of council will be attending. So hoping for positive outcomes from our delegations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chair. Just a few updates for council and public. Big shout out to Brad Law for a great season at Ski Hill. Despite the weather, things have wrapped up there now, and they're putting their focus on the golf course. And Trish Boyle and staff are working on getting the clubhouse restaurant open and ready for operation. The Manitowoc Anniversary Committee has held a meeting already, and tonight they are out doing a bottle drive to raise funds for the upcoming anniversary celebrations. So if you don't have your bottles out, you should run out to the curb right now. And the Manitowoc Trails Committee will be having their first meeting in the coming weeks. And there's lots of work planned this summer for infrastructure upgrades as well as renovations. Tyler and crew at Public Works are starting a ditching program, and more information on that will be coming out in the next couple of days. But as the mayor said, please be patient, and we're trying to catch up with all of the repairs from not so hard a winter, but it did do some damage to the roads, that's for sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, on to business. Okay, moved by Councillor Cottick, seconded by Councillor Hudson, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report. ENF 2024-02 submitted by Marcel Demars, manager of bylaw and airport services regarding declare equipment surplus.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. As per the report, 2024-02, submitted by myself, I would like to get the CDU that we took from Manitowoc by Barnett Road there to declare it surplus. Nobody claimed it in the last 3 years, and I'd like to declare that surplus with the trade. Any questions?
No, that's sounds like what it should be done. Okay, thank you. Okay, and further that council declare the following personal watercraft and trailer as surplus. 1995 white 5L 750 Polaris, serial marker 55E23742 and trailer. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Cottick. Resolved that council is in receipt of administration report admin 2024-10 submitted by Jolene Keogh, clerk deputy CAO regarding civil marriage solemnization services.
Great, thank you, through the chair. So in 2021, council passed a bylaw that permitted the municipality to perform civil marriages. And the bylaw stipulated that the clerk, council supported the clerk delegating the chief administrative officer to be the officiant. With CAO McLean working part-time remotely, I would like the permission of council to delegate other employees to be officiants, namely Katie Law, who has expressed interest in doing so. And so I wanted to update the bylaw because it specified the chief administrative officer. And so the change would be to employees.
Any questions? Okay, is there a course or is there certain qualifications that need?
So there is a course through the AMCTO. Katie Law has already taken that, and that helps with performing the civil ceremonies. And then the delegation would go to the Registrar General.
Okay, so the bylaw would read that they'd have to have that course, like not just any.
No,
employee could-
no, so that would be at the discretion of the clerk
Okay,
to determine whether they would be fit to be an officiant.
okay, perfect, thank you. Any other question? No? Alrighty. Okay, and further that council approves the amended bylaw to authorize the delivery of marriage solemnization services through the office of the clerk for the corporation of the township of Manitowoc. All in favor? Eric. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Keel, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report admin 2024-11, submitted by Jolene Keo, clerk, deputy CAO, regarding 2023 remuneration and expense paid to members of council.
Thank you, through the chair. This is an annual report that comes before council. It's under section 284 of the Municipal Act. It is a requirement. It's for information purposes. There's no decision that has to be made by council. And then we would be posting it on the website. Okay.
And further that council receives administration report admin 2024-11 regarding the 2023 remuneration and expense paid to members of council for information purposes, and further that the 2023 remuneration and expense paid to members of council be posted to the township's website. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Kotick, seconded by Councillor Keo, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report admin 2024-12, submitted by Katie Law, executive assistants, regarding joint health and safety committee appointment.
Chair. So there currently is one vacancy for a unionized member of the Joint Health Safety Committee. The union has done a vote, and the vice president went from board saying that they'd like to let Mike Stefanello to the role. So we're asking that you appoint Mike Stefanello to the Joint Health Safety Committee. Unionized representative.
Questions?
The chair, Mike has accepted this number. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And further, that council appoints the following staff member to the Joint Health and Safety Committee: Mike Stefanello, union representative. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Kotick, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report PW 2024-03, submitted by Tyler Brewster, Director of Public Works, regarding water and wastewater service contract.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So our contract is coming due at the end of this year with Aqua. They've been with us for 7 years now. So I've provided two options throughout the report. So one would be to figure out the contract. We suspect Northern Waterworks would also be interested in bidding. And option two would be to negotiate another 7-year term with Aqua. Just kind of looking for some direction from you guys on how you feel about that, or what do you think we should do?
Any questions?
Through the chair, in your report, it says that we have, Aqua has employees living in town. And I assume they own homes here and pay taxes here already. So really more of a comment. I think it would make more sense to stay with them as long as we are not having problems with them. Are they doing the job that we're
So I
hired them
can
to
say,
do?
since I've been on board, I've had really good relationships with Aqua. But, they've helped me through, their supervisor lives in town as well, so he's helped me through, doing some stuff with the landfill and things like that, reporting. We've also looked forward, when it comes to well cleaning. We're looking to like 2028, when these things have to be done, but it's already in the works with Aqua as well, right? So it is a very good working relationship with them, so I have no issue with Aqua.
Through the chair, yeah, basically the same as Councillor Ruff. I do like the fact that the working relationship has been super positive, and the fact that they're not bringing people in and out of Manitowoc's to provide the service they're hard work, which is nice. So I'm definitely for option two.
Chair, I agree. Option two.
Yeah, through the chair, I agree with option two. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Aqua's a professional organization. They do good work. They've been fantastic for us. I think it's great to keep them around.
Okay, and I mean, the only thing would be the pricing, and
So through the chair, I believe with renewing with Aqua, it kind of keeps our pricing fairly stable. And then we tendered it out, then kind of gamble each way. We don't know what I would say there would be a healthy price increase, just, it's been 7 years since we've been in this contract, and that's everything that's went up. I believe the tender would. I can't say that for sure, but, we have, you can see the pricing over the last 7 years of Aqua. It hasn't increased. I think it's increased about, I believe it started about 23,000 a month, and we're up to 30,000 a month. So,
over the 7 years.
in 7, right?
Okay, as long as, yeah, I have no objections either. Yeah, as long as they keep up the record that they keep, so,
I guess we can, negotiate this with Aqua and then bring it back before July and get a plan
yeah,
and revisit that.
yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Perfect, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And further that council directs staff to negotiate the renewal of the current water and wastewater services contract with the Ontario Clean Water Agency, Aqua, for an additional 7 years and bring the negotiated contract back to council for review and consideration before the end of July 2024. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Coddick, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that council is in receipt of administration report TR 2024-03 submitted by Aaron McGregor, Deputy Treasurer, regarding tax arrears report and arrears registration recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a relatively straightforward administration item. It is a report detailing the outstanding 2-year arrears accounts totals for taxation. And per our policy on tax billing and collection, we bring forward this report at the first meeting in April to recommend the list of properties that we would like to have the option to register for tax arrears. What that means is when we register a property for tax arrears, a lien is placed on title. And after 1 year, we can then sell the property by a public auction or public tender process. We use a public tender process. It's not necessarily, or it's even very unlikely that we would proceed with tax sale for anywhere near the 50 properties described in the report and as an attachment. We expect that after sending out final notices prior to registration, we will have compliance with the vast majority of the accounts. And then one other small update. So between March 31st and April 10th, which is today, I've rerun the report, and the number in the report of 877,000 is now down to 838,000. And that's without significant additional action, i.e. those final notices that I mentioned. Anybody has any questions? I can do my best to answer them.
Questions?
Through the chair, just a comment, in your report there, you highlighted about the sensitive matter in tax collection. And it's nice to see that worst case scenario through illness or disability that you guys are calling for people in that situation. So thank you.
Thank you. And to speak a little further to that, for you, Mr. Chair, there are a number of different avenues that we try to support and provide accommodation. We want to work with the taxpayer, and one of the things that we do is direct them to services such as there are programs available for those that need assistance with taxes, as one example of the support that we have, in addition to being accommodating where possible, while also ensuring that we're being fair to all taxpayers.
Okay, thank you. No other questions? Yeah. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And further, that council authorizes administration to register tax arrears certificates for the recommended properties if administration deems such action appropriate for collection of tax arrears. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Counselor Keel, seconded by Counselor Connick, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report admin 2024-13 submitted by Florence McLean, CAO, regarding Manitowocq Public Library Satellite Office.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Council is aware the township we received funding from the Ontario Petroleum Foundation to undertake renovations for the public library. And we awarded the contract to a local contractor in November, and he commenced work in December. In January, we had unprecedented temperatures and rainfall, and some of that water made its way into the recreation center and particularly to the library. We contacted TBT Engineering to come to Manitowocq to have a look. They did that, and their recommendation is that we proceed immediately with full roof replacement for the entire facility. And that we should put the renovation project for the library on hold until we be guaranteed that no more water will into the building. We have communicated this to the library staff and the board. But in the meantime, we started to look for a satellite office because we expect that the roof replacement will displace the library for another 6 to 9 months at least. We have secured a spot and have been provided with the lease agreement, which was provided to you confidentially, and are seeking your support to enter into this lease agreement and be able to move forward with a satellite office for the library effective next week.
Any questions?
Through the chair, is there a contractor booked or like a start date to tackle the roof?
So we have received the tender documents from our engineers. I anticipate that we'll be able to approve those this week, and then they'll put the tender out. They anticipate receiving bids up until the end of May, and then contract award will be out. And the building will be under renovation for the entire summer.
Through the chair, are those renovations going to affect other parts of the building? Is the auditorium still gonna be usable? Sorry, I know we're getting a little off topic.
I say we need to meet with TBT Engineering to identify what parts of the building we use during the construction phase. So they did prioritize the library roof replacement as priority one. And so that the library can potentially move back into that space as soon as possible. And then they would proceed with roof replacements for the arena as well as the curling rink and the rest of the building. So what we need to confirm is, can we still have staff, the program in the building during these construction phases? Or will we have to deploy staff to different areas of the township during that construction? And that's still unclear at this time, but should be able to have an answer for you for the next meeting.
Through the chairs, so just looking in the thing, where specifically are they going to be?
Unit 6, which is between Moose Tracks and Studio 6.
Between Moose Tracks and 2 doors down.
Between Moose Tracks and 2
Close.
Thank you.
Through the chair, I think it's an awesome idea to have a satellite location for the library. I know a lot of people are really missing having a library. I know the kids are for sure, but a lot of adults use that as their only source of internet as well. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really good to have the library back, even if it's just a satellite location for now.
And myself, I think that satellite location will actually, bring people to the library because it'll be, it is a great location for, for public to see it. Okay. Perfect, that's it. Anything else to add?
That's it. Thank you very
Good.
much.
And further, that council support the opening of a satellite office for the Manitowocq Public Library. And further, that council give pre-budget approval for the cost to operate the satellite location for 12 months. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Counselor Coddick, second by Counselor Hudson. Being a bylaw to authorize the delivery of marriage solemnization services through the office of the clerk for the corporation of the township of Manitouwadge be ready first and second time. And furthermore, be ready third time and passed as bylaw 2024-17. All in favor? Carried. Addition.
Oh, sorry, the addition to the agenda was for the library.
Oh, was for the, okay, sorry. Okay, moved by Counselor Keo, second by Counselor Coddick. Being a bylaw to authorize the corporation of the township of Manitouwadge to enter into a short-term lease agreement with Choice Property, REIT, Ontario Property Limited, be ready first and second time. Furthermore, be ready third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2024-18. All in favor? Carried. Okay, is that it, the bylaws?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. Now closed session. Moved by Counselor Coddick, seconded by Counselor Hudson. Whereas section 239(4) of the Municipal Act 2001 SO 2001 C25 provides that before holding a meeting or part of a meeting that is to be closed to the public, and municipality or local board or committee of either of them shall state by resolution the fact of holding of the closed meeting and the general nature of the matter to be considered at the closed meeting. Now therefore be it resolved that this meeting is hereby closed to the public as a subject matter being discussed falls under the following sections. Section 239(2)B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal and local board employees. Divisional court update. Section 239(2)F, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communication necessary for that purpose. And section 239(2)J, a trade secret of scientific, technical, commercial, or financial information that belongs to the municipality or local board and has monetary value or potential monetary value. Northern Broadband Wireless. All in favor? Carried.